This is the third day of our celebration in honor of the Holy Mother Sarada Devi. We have been very fortunate to have with us Swami Asheshananda, who is the leader of the Vedanta Society in Portland. He is a disciple of the Holy Mother Sarada Devi. When I joined the order more than 30 years ago, the monastic order, then there were at least 40 or 50 Swamis in our order who were disciples of the Holy Mother Sarada Devi. But now, there are only 4 Swamis who are still alive and who happen to be the disciples of the Holy Mother Sarada Devi. And Swami Asheshananda is the only one outside India who is a disciple of the Holy Mother Sarada Devi. As our celebrations are being held in honor of the holy memory of our Mother Sarada Devi, spiritual mother, nothing could be more fitting than the presence of Swami Asheshananda, who is a disciple of the Holy Mother Sarada Devi, to have come and participated in this celebration and thereby made us extremely happy. This morning he will speak on the subject, the Mother we adore. The oldest Swami of the Ramakrishna order in this country is Swami Asheshananda. He is not yet 90, he is just 1 year short of 90. So far as this country or this continent is concerned, Swami Asheshananda is the oldest. Therefore, his brother monks, including me, put him in great reverence. He has been in this country for over 40 years. Unfortunately, I have never been a student of history. I may be wrong. Maybe he has been here for 50 years. Is that right, Maharaj? 42. 42 years he has been here, and he has served this country in order to present some of the most precious spiritual ideals that India has treasured through centuries and centuries. He has done so not only through words, but through his personal example. We indeed are very eager to hear from his lips whatever he wants to tell us this morning. The subject, however, as has been informed by him, the subject of his talk will be the Mother we adore.
Friends, I do not come here as a speaker. I come here as a worshipper to pay my tribute to Holy Mother, who has given me a sacred word to treasure in my life. As the Swami has said, 40 years or more I have lived in this country. I appreciate the greatness of America and the Western civilization. 2 great minds have contributed this brilliant civilization. One is Aristotle. He has given the idea of unmoved mover, that God is immanent as well as transcendent. And he has given the Western man called intellectualism. Although Plato also has played a very important part. All the philosophers after Plato have written footnotes to Plato. That is the view of Whitehead. So Western civilization is a blend of two streams of thought. One is the Greek stream of thought. Greek stream of thought has given the Western man its pride of rationalism, its pride of intellectualism, pride of thinking in terms of reason, and not to be moved and guided by emotion. Take, for example, Jefferson. Jefferson drafted Life, Liberty, and Pursuit of Happiness. He was motivated by the rationalistic philosophers of Europe. So you find when Swami Vivekananda came to the West, he found a conflict between science and religion. Science will accept only reason, but theological spectrum of the West, which is the gift of the Hebrew culture, has given also a dualistic philosophy of life, as intellectualism makes a dualism between subject and object. Similarly, monotheism, which is the main religion of the Western man, is also a dualistic approach to reality. There must be what called a clear-cut distinction between creature and creator, between man and God. Now, when Swami Vivekananda came, he wanted to solve this problem, although Thomas Aquinas wanted to solve the problem by saying natural and supernatural. Natural religion, in his proofs of the existence of God, 5 proofs of the existence of God, he called this is natural religion. But supernatural grace is necessary to attain salvation. But salvation to me is post-mortem experience, post-mortem emancipation. Swami Vivekananda came to this country to give to the Western man called Jivan Mukti, means freedom in this life with this body, before we quit this world with a song of victory over life and death. So Swami Vivekananda did not solve the problem through intellectualism or through faith. He wanted faith must be converted into experience, and reason must be transcended into transcendental experience, which he attained through the grace of his Guru, Sri Ramakrishna. Now, when I was talking this morning in the table, I said, see, time flies. You see, Friday I came, Saturday went to the retreat and seen the beautiful performance of the children and also the fine artists. See, in the name of Holy Mother, all these things have been done, and I believed Holy Mother was present here and blessed all those people. And today I am to speak. And tomorrow I will have to go. So here there is called, it is called an event. This is idea called, the Buddhists call it is an event. You see. Now, Einstein, as I have said, is the greatest theologian of the West. You see. Einstein has given the Western man called a linear view of time. God created time, and therefore time is real. You see. But Augustine, but Einstein, Newton did not disturb the theological spectrum of the Western civilization. It is Einstein, by his theory of relativity, time and space to be, he called it 4th dimension, you see, time, space. And the greatest contribution of the West is what you call the theory of scientific development, scientific approach, scientific way of improving the condition of man. But science cannot solve the problem of death. As Einstein has said, science is interested in facts, not in values. So when you think of value, the supreme value of life is Jivan Mukti or Amritatva. Immortality. Take, for example, Socrates says that a philosopher is one who loves death. But Shankara will not say that philosopher is one who loves death. Shankara will say philosopher is one who loves immortality. Your real nature is immortal. And therefore you have to understand the apparent self that belongs to time. But the real self is timeless spirit. You see, like for example, President Reagan gave a farewell speech to his associates, and he mentioned in his farewell speech, "Our time is over." But to me, our film is over, not time. Film which has been taken in White House for 8 years and with great credit. Well, some may not agree. Those who do not think in terms of Star Wars, you see. Like Dr. Hashimoto, my good friend. So anyway, see, so the film is over, because the film that was taken White House performances, White House, that is over. Now the film has already started in Santa Barbara with a horse from Canada and riding the horse on the ranch. Obviously. So this is the great difference between the East and the West. You see. East, when you accept intellectualism or call reason to be the supreme court of appeal, then you bring what you call time, space, and causation. These are called, according to German philosopher Kant, these are called the three categories of the intellect. Whenever you are thinking, you bring an object in space, an event in time, and a kind of relationship, cause and effect. Now, Einstein's great credit is that he has made time and space to be relative, but not law of causation. Law of causation is relative, is the gift of Heisenberg. But Heisenberg is not the first man. It was Nagarjuna, Pratitta Samutpadovada, dependent causation, we spoke of, and Shankara on his Mayavada, and Gaudapada on his Ajatavada, non-causality. Now, when I think of law of causation, West has accepted law of causation is the ultimate reality, but not the East. East has made not only time to be relative, but law of causation also to be relative. When Aristotle says unmoved mover, Shankara says anything that moves belongs to Prakriti. Anything that does not move belongs to Purusha, means spirit and matter. Our consciousness, Schrödinger also speaks. Our consciousness experiences singular, never dual or plural. Suppose a person has a headache, you see. It means if there is a head, there will be a headache. If there is no head, no head. What does it mean? When we identify ourselves with our psychophysical being, we are a creature of time. But when we can transcend time, and that is what Shakespeare says in his book, intellect is the slave of life. Life is time's fool. Time that has sway over everything in this universe must have a stop. Now time stops in deep sleep, dreamless sleep. When you are in the waking state, time is real because intellect is operating. When intellect is connected with the brain or nervous system. In this connection, I will have to say one neurologist has made an experimentation, has said the Western mind is connected with the left brain in the nervous system. And on account of this connects to the left brain, Western mind is analytic. The analytic here means that you try to divide into segments or parts. But Eastern mind, when you say that, only those people who are illumined. And therefore this Maya of Shankaracharya is not an illusion. Maya is the principle of differentiation. And this Maya, according to Shankara, as well as Gaudapada, is Anadi. One of our friends' name is Anadi. You see. It means beginningless. And what is Maya? It is, according to Shankara, it is superimposition. We superimpose on the reality called name and form. And therefore, when you see a movie picture, the pictures are moving. Therefore, thought waves will move, but not the silent screen. And therefore, practice of detachment is necessary. As we find Shankaracharya speaks very beautifully. We have taken the vows of sannyas. He has taken one verse from the Mundaka Upanishad. Vedanta Vijnana Sinishchitatsa Sannasa Yoga Jataya Shuddha Satta Te Brahma Lokeshu Paranto Kale Paramrita Parimuchanti Sarve. Vedanta Vijnana Sinishchita, when he is fully convinced that Brahman is real and the world is unreal. That is what Shankara speaks. But when Shankara speaks about world is unreal, he interprets world connected with name and form, not the essence of the world. But the West has accepted the personal God, and personal God is connected with the time. And therefore, according to the Western man, time is real, history is real, the world is real, society is real, and perhaps some of the people are thinking hydrogen bomb is real. But according to Shankara, time is relative, society is relative, history is relative, and the world is also relative. Only when we have realized our true self, and our true self is not finite but infinite. Our true self is not sinful, born in sin and iniquity, but divine. Our true self is not moving to heaven for emancipation, must not move anywhere. Therefore, West has accepted spirit that moves. I mean democratic West. Russia has accepted by his philosophy of dialectic materialism matter that moves. Shankara has accepted spirit that never moves. Now, what does it mean, spirit that never moves? This, according to Shankara, this relative existence is a dream. As long as dream lasts, time will be real, history will be real, society will be real, world will be real. But when we can transcend time, in order to transcend time, we have to purify the subconscious mind by coming in contact with an illumined soul. We must have absolute control over our conscious mind, must practice self-control, renunciation, and also spiritual awakening, which will tell us the vanity of vanities, all this is vanity. And then we must have an illumined guru who will give us the method how to transcend time and attain enlightenment before we quit this world over this song of victory over life and death. So here you find Swami Vivekananda was very much inspired by Western philosophers, Herbert Spencer and others. He became an agnostic. He came to Sri Ramakrishna, asked this question, "Sir, have you seen God?" He was the only person who gave a categorical reply. And according to Sri Ramakrishna, God is Shaguna, means personal when you attain Savikalpa Samadhi. God is Nirguna when you attain Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And that is the reason why Swami Vivekananda was going to deposit his fees for law examination. And spirit of renunciation inspired him to move to his guru. And he said, "You have done everything to everybody, but you have done to me. Then what do you want?" "I want Nirvikalpa Samadhi." Sri Ramakrishna says, "You have some domestic trouble. First solve your domestic problem. It will take a long time, but I cannot wait. Open the gates unto me, I cannot tarry long." Sri Ramakrishna went in an exalted state of consciousness and said, "Tomorrow we will have it." And so in Kashipur garden, he attained. Gopal Das, Advaitananda said, "Narayan is dead." How can Naren is dead? Means, at least in one sense, the ego is dead. When you attain called Nirvikalpa Samadhi, this apparent self disappears. It is the apparent self that creates the distinction between man and God, man and his neighbor, and man and the world. So apparent self or egocentric consciousness can be compared to an uninvited guest. Comes without notice, but I am invited. and also those people who came with me all invited. Uninvited get one's attention. And when you ask, when are you going home, we'll think over it. So this is the reason why Sri Ramakrishna's training is to Amimule Kuchibe Janjal. Buddha also speaks about the annihilation, blowing out of the ego. But Buddhism does not speak of Atma, Sadatmavada. That means Atman is permanent. Christianity has accepted dualism. It means it accepted spirit and matter combined together. Take, for example, Paul. You see, St. Paul is the second founder of Christianity. It is Paul who has introduced the word called original sin, and also salvation by grace. And when he interprets salvation by grace, is called resurrection. Resurrection does not mean immortality. That is what there was a conference, you see. Paul Tillich, I mentioned immortality of the spirit, but Paul Tillich, a great theologian, said, we Christians do not accept immortality. We accept resurrection. There will be a new body. But if you have a new body, will it not create any limitation? And therefore, Shankara is talking about when you have self-identification with your body-mind complex, you are not illumined. When you have transcended time, space, and causation and has realized called oneness of existence. Oneness, when Shankaracharya speaks of it in essence, because when you see the waves, you do not see the ocean, the ground of existence. Master Eckhart speaks about it. So when we speak about called the divinity of man, we are thinking in terms of infinite nature of the spirit, which gives power to the mind to think and body to live. Because Kenopanishad is talking about inspired by whom mind thinks, body lives. And then he said, Pratibodha viditam matam amritattam pravidodha viditam. From every function of the intellect, you find that is called the Vritti Chaitanya. Vritti Chaitanya means your ego is connected to the thought waves of the mind. That means thinking, feeling, willing, planning, desiring, and also motivating. But called the Sarupa Chaitanya. Sarupa Chaitanya means the property of consciousness. Therefore, I will bring to your mind sun, the imagery of the sun. But sun shines by intrinsic light, but moon shines by borrowed light. Therefore, mind is unconscious. Why it is unconscious? Because mind is changeful. But sun represents the Atman. And the nature of the Atman, if you read in the Upanishads, Mahantang Bhum Atmanam Matva Dhiro Nasochati. Mahantam, it is great. Vibhum means all-pervading consciousness. Mahantang Bhum Atmanam Matva Dhiro means a discriminating person, a person who has got discrimination. Nasochati. He never grieves. He never is sad, never is anxious. So in order to reach this state of consciousness, the greatest contribution of India is the concept of Guru. And the greatest contribution of the Tantra Shastra is the concept of Divine Mother or Adda Shakti. And therefore we find that Sri Ramakrishna represents, as Einstein represents, called unified field. What does it mean? Electromagnetic field and gravitational field. And also you find the West has accepted reality equal to nature as comprehended by thought. This is the equation. Although Einstein's equation when you say Swamiji, when he came to this country, Einstein was not so well known. It was Nicholas Tesla. He went to Nicholas. Nicholas Tesla used to listen to his Swamiji's lectures. One day Swamiji went to him. You scientists have converted matter into energy. Can you convert energy into matter? Sometimes I said in Portland that he bragged, but no, good scientist never brags. He's very humble, you see. So he said politely to Swamiji, you come to my laboratory, I'll give it a try and see. And he tried and tried and tried, but failed, because he had not the equation. The equation came from the brain of Einstein. He is a genius. And what is the equation? You know better than me. Energy equal to mass multiplied c square. C square means 186,000 miles per second. You see. But if you say, miles per second, think of it. But if you say, Swami, what is your equation? I have no equation. But because you have asked me, I have to say, reality not equal to nature, reality equal to man, and not as comprehended by thought, not by intellectualism, by transcending thought. And transcending thought does not make a man unconscious. When you transcend thought, means transcend the intellectual frame of reference, you realize all your Swarupa, your essential being. Or not only your essential being, also the essential being of personal God, Saguna Brahman. We call Nirguna Brahman. And also essential being of what you call phenomenal universe. It is on account of your self-identification with your psychophysical being, you are worshipping personal God. You are also accepting personal God as the creator of the phenomenal universe. Then, when you transcend your called the three states of consciousness, in the waking state, we are realist. And in the state of dream, we are idealist. In the state of dreamless sleep, we are most called nihilists. But when we transcend the three states of consciousness, then we realize in the fourth state, although Patanjali speaks about it as a state, if it's a state, then you have to reach it and you will also lose it. But Shankara does not accept, or Gaudapada does not accept fourth as a state. Fourth is the Atman, the background consciousness. Three states, or even in Samadhi, you do not become unconscious. You become aware of your true nature. And that is why Swami Vivekananda very often used to say, when a person came, that please teach me a little bit of hypnotism. So Swamiji replied, you are already hypnotized. Because you are hypnotized, you bleat like a lamb. You are anxious, you are worried, you are afraid. But when you become dehypnotized, you will roar like a lion. That means you will not be afraid of death. Death, where is thy sting? Grave, where is thy victory? So here it is the reason a guru plays a very important part. And that is the reason I can say Swami Vivekananda, myself, Swami Yonkaranda used to go to Maharaj. Maharaj was giving initiation. Then one day, Maharaj and Holy Mother, it's not Swami Saradananda, not Swami Shivananda, not Swami Turiyananda. One day some devotees said, Maharaj was not there in Balramba's house. Then some devotee says, Holy Mother has come from Jairambati. Do you like to see her? Swami Akhilananda was my friend, you see. So I asked him, would you like to go? We'll go. He said, I have some business with the senior Swami. You go. I have to keep my engagement. So I went. It is walking distance. It is 10 minutes, you can say, from 57 Ramkanta Bose Street to, at that time, Udbodhan was called one Udbodhan Lane or Mukherjee Lane or something. So here we went there. I was seated in the office room. There, Swami Dhirananda, Kishtoral Maharaj, said to me, I have seen you many times in Varnamba's bars. Who will take your responsibility? At that time, I was inspired by Western way of thinking, called rugged individualism is the philosophy of life. And though I said to Maharaj, if I am to do anything in life, I must take my responsibility. Why should another person take my responsibility? It is a sign of weakness of mind. Then he said, suppose you go to a cave temple and everything is dark. You will knock your head against a wall, every wall. But suppose somebody takes a torch, you call it flashlight, you will be able to go and see the deity and come back safe and sound. Then Swami, what do you mean? Then he said, you should take initiation, take mantra. Then I said, I go to Maharaj. When I feel the need, I will take from him. Then he said, it will be very difficult to get initiation from Maharaj. You will have to take, you have to wait for some years. But mother is very kind. Why don't you go and approach her? In the meantime, a brahmachari came. Those who want to see Maharaj, Holy Mother, come with me. So we went upstairs. And he also gave us this kind of direction that you must not talk to the mother. You will just touch her feet. Because there are so many people there, you see. So you must not talk. So I did not see her face. Mother had a veil. You see, it will be probably 1917. Then I went to one staircase in front of Golapma's room and came another staircase in front of Swami Asheshananda's room, came down, you see. Then I said, have you mentioned that you wanted the blessing or initiation from Holy Mother? I was not allowed. When you are in Rome, you have to do as the Romans do, you see. Then he called Rajbari Maharaj, Swami Arupananda. Rajbari, you take him again to Mother. This time I could see. When Rajbari Maharaj said he knows Maharaj, Mother said, Rakhal can give. Rakhal can give. That time I had a good fortune, Mahashaubhagya, to speak that, Mother, if you bless me, I will consider it a priceless gift to me, a heavenly gift to me. Then Mother agreed. Then she asked me to not to take breakfast, but to take bath in the Ganges and wait. I did not know what I should do. Then Swami Akilananda helped me. So both of us went, took our bath in the Ganges, and then came to Bodhan. Then the brahmachari came and said, Mother wants you. I went there. Then Mother asked me a few questions. Then afterwards gave the sacred mantra for the holy word. Now the relationship between the Guru and the disciple is forged by God. And that is the reason why a student must have respect for the Guru who introduces to God, as it were. So what is the meaning of the word Guru? Is a dispeller of darkness. And in the Upanishads you will find he must have certain qualities. Sotriya, he must know the essence of the scriptures. Abrijina, must lead a sinless life. Akamhata, must impart his teaching without any ulterior motive behind. And also Brahmavittam, he must be knower of Brahman. So this idea of Guru developed in the idea of an avatar. Because in the Upanishadic age, we do not find any mention of avatar, as you find in Bible also. Bible, Old Testament speaks of the prophets. But in the New Testament, we find the idea of called God as the Son. God as the Son. The difference between Judaism and Christianity springs from that idea. God as an avatar. But in the West, avatar comes as a redeemer, because Paul has given called original sin. But in the East, in the age of Smriti or in the age of Puranas, we find the mention of avatar. Avatar comes as an exemplar to reinforce the statement of Tattvamushi, thou art that. And therefore, we have to say that the concept of God as mother has its seed in the Vedic time, but the concept of Ishta means the Nirguna aspect was to be found in the Vedic age, Nirguna aspect, para Brahma. But the Shakti aspect, mother means Shakti. Mother has nothing to do with female principle or matriarchal society. Mother concept developed from the Shankar's concept of Prakriti. But Prakriti is unconscious, Trigunatmika but unconscious. But mother concept or Mahamaya concept of the Vedantist is a concept which will bridge the gulf between the East and the West. Because the West for a long time will accept only called the fatherhood of God. And as long as West accepts the God as father, or West will have to accept also God as Shaguna Brahman. Means as personal God, as the creator of time, as the creator of history. Therefore, according to the Western theologians, you see, it is timeless. Reality is not accepted. God in time. You see, God in time means time is flowing, but God has no beginning, has no end. Timeless reality, some theologians think it is a frozen concept. Also, this concept is not dynamic, just like Rudolf Otto speaks about it when he was comparing Shankara and Master Eckhart. But whatever it may, it is not frozen, it is not what you call connect with time, but it is timeless realization. But Sri Ramakrishna has accepted God as mother, because before he gave up his body, he entered into Mahasamadhi. Before he entered, he repeated 3 times, Kali, Kali, Kali. Now, the concept of Saraswati is the gift of the Vedas, but concept of Kali is the gift of the Tantra Shastra. What is the meaning of the word Kali? Kali means time. Time means also death. Controller of time. You see, we are called under the spell of Maya. On account of our spell, we accept birth to be real, death to be real. And therefore we are happy birthday to you, and a cake and all that. You see, all these things. But this is Vyavaharika. And therefore we will have to understand the death, life and death go together. Unless we transcend life and death by reaching a state of consciousness which is timeless, we will not be a Jivan Mukta. And that is the reason why Shankaracharya spoke in one of his books, Jivan Mukti Shiva Hetave Natu Samsara Kammaya. We have come here to attain freedom in this life with this body and not to enjoy the vain pleasures of this mundane, material and illusory life. Now this is this also, when you are talking about the gift of the Tantra Shastra, the Vedanta is Vichara Marga, Neti Marga, called Bhaya Negativa. But Tantra is also accepts worship, and also Tantra accepts Kundalini Jagarana, awakening of Kundalini. As for example, scientists try to split the atom. They did not know what. Then some scientists thought through uranium, then some platinum. Now, as scientists have developed the tremendous power energy by splitting the atom, similarly, a Vedantist should split the ego, and infinite energy hidden behind the ego will be released, you see. But it is not so easy. It's not so easy. One has to be very patient, and one should be also have a Himalayan determination to move not towards the periphery, but moves towards the center, you see. The West also develops the power of concentration, but concentrated power is focused on this objective universe. And here, Vedantist is trying to develop the power on the subjective universe. When I use the subjective universe, I use it in the sense about the Atman and Brahman to be identical. But whatever it may be, Swami Vivekananda, you see, spoke very highly about Holy Mother. Mother, you can create hundreds of Vivekanandas like me, but I will never find another mother like you. But when I had the initiation, I did not think Holy Mother was divine. I thought the human aspect. She was very kind, very sweet. I was an unknown stranger, make me feel very old. It is Swami Asheshananda who awakened my spiritual consciousness, you see. And therefore, Swami Asheshananda was a man whom I feared. The day when I went to see Holy Mother, I kept my shoes at the doorstep, and he scolded me. I said, I do not know why he's scolding of that. And I was studying in the college, so I felt a little hard. Then another day I was going, Swami Asheshananda was coming, and I saw in the street, there he said, why this procession? Why not wait until I go home and do as many prostrations as you like. So he was a man of tremendous fear, but through Holy Mother's grace, fear left me when he said, will you be able to write letters for me? But one thing, you must not divulge anything to anybody. I said, Maharaj, I will do my best. He used to dictate to me, and I used to write. But he used to always sign, you see. And that is the reason why in my book I have written, you see, I have seen her face, I have heard her words. Now I long for her grace to go beyond this world of Maya and reach the eternal harbor of repose, the eternal ground of existence, which will make me strong and fearless. So anyway, Swami Asheshananda used to give method. It's a methodical instruction. Now one day I said to Swami Asheshananda, Maharaj, Mother has not given me any method. He simply given the mantra. And he did not say that you have to repeat 108 times. See, therefore, me this uncharted freedom tires. So Swami Asheshananda said, he did not scold me. But that was the time he scolded me. You are the greatest fool to ask me that. Mother is the Divine Mother herself. Divine Mother herself. What he has given, that is the last word of spiritual life. The last word of spiritual life. Cling to her feet. Install her image in your heart. And dangers and difficulties pass away in the twinkling of an eye. That I can say, when I was coming to this country in 1947, you see, I asked Siddhartha Hiren Maharaj, in my room, in the room that he gave me, there is a beautiful picture of Holy Mother, seated posture. I said, Maharaj, my things are all in the suitcase. I want to keep a picture in the cabin. So can you give me? He gave it to me. When I was coming, everything was very clear, you see. From Colombo we started. Then afterwards Suez Canal, then Rock of Gibraltar, all that. But in mid-Atlantic, there was tornado, cyclone, you see. In cyclone, in storms and tides, one compass guides. And that compass to me is Holy Mother, you see. He has been unfailing guide. It was not easy for me to stay in this country all these years. When I was with Swami Nikhilananda, you see, he asked me that you go and study in the Columbia University and get the doctorate degree. I said, on account of this, I finished all these things, and I did not finish also. Then this non-cooperation government came, and I joined the monastery. I said, why non-cooperative British government? My father will be in trouble. He was government attorney. Why not non-cooperative the world? So anyway, so now again going back to university. So how many times wanted to go back? But it is Holy Mother said, endure, endure, endure. So here when the storms came, I was very afraid. I read Chandi. I had faith in Chandi. So anyway, but that is not that. At midnight, My suitcase was moving from this side to that side. I could not sleep. Then I said, Mother, if you are real, then something you must do. Then I went to sleep. The next morning it was there. And so here I find, you see, the Holy Mother is a living presence. She is not dead. Only thing is this, you must have faith. That faith also it comes when you repeat the mantra. You see, Holy Mother used to say, whatever is to be done, I have done at the time of initiation. So it is all these disciples of the Master, Mother, will someday will have tremendous faith that Mother will come and take us home. As Swamiji has said, Shuttutumi Mritturupa Kali. Mother Kali, as I say, Mother Kali is timeless. He is the controller of time and he is also time. Mother comes in the form of death. Mother comes to take us away from death. Mother comes to give us immortality. The shed of death and immortality, both these, O Mother of thy grace, may thy gracious face never turn away from me, thy child. So when we are celebrating Holy Mother's birthday, I believe, I have faith, Mother is looking with tender affection and motherly care for each one of us. And she will, in goodness of time, will give us the vision of her eternal beauty and perpetual wisdom. So Mother is the symbol of wisdom and compassion. Why I say wisdom? Because it is, Sri Ramakrishna has said, Sarada Saraswati Gyan Diteshache. Sarada is the Divine Mother Saraswati. And Gyan, he has come to give illumination. He has to give God realization. This, as Ramakrishna said to Golapma. Golapma one time said that Holy Mother was feeding Sri Ramakrishna too much. That is the reason he has left Dakshineshwar and has gone to Shampukur. Holy Mother heard it and came to Shampukur. Is it true that you were dissatisfied? Swami Asheshananda says, Sri Ramakrishna says, I can have a dream of it. You go back. Let this Brahmin widow come. I will teach her a lesson. The next day Golapma came. I said, did you say that? Oh, she fumbled. Inadvertently, I might have said, go and beg pardon of her. If she does not pardon you, you have no place here. So Golapma mentioned to me that she walked all the distance, fell at the feet of the Mother. Mother, please forgive me. Thakur is very angry. She had asked me not to come if you do not forgive me. Mother patted on her back, patted on her back. Mother does not see the fault of her daughter. So here we find I had seen Golapma, Joginma, how they loved Holy Mother. And also, I lived also in the next room. After Mother's Mahasamadhi, I left in the next room. Now I feel that I can tell Mother, when you need me, call. When I need you, you please come. So that is the reason why this Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother. Sri Ramakrishna is the method and Holy Mother the symbol of grace. There should be called ascent of man. And that is why Swami Vivekananda, in his book I was reading, it is very difficult to please Ramakrishna. You must be very precise, very, very methodical. But Holy Mother is the symbol of grace. Anybody who will call, Mother, come, she will come. So therefore, coming of the Mother means Shaisha Prasanna Baroda Ninang Bhavati Muktai. When the Divine Mother comes, it is a certain sign that we have attained liberation and we will not come back into the world of Maya again as a prisoner of time. Time will be able to transcend, and our relationship with Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother will remain for eternity as a token of our love, our gratitude and our faith in the Divine Master who has come to bridge the gulf between the East and the West. and the Divine Mother who has come to shower grace, whether we are ready or not, whether we are fit or unfit. That is the song last time, Shoterma, Ashoterma. So Mother belongs to each one of us. And on this auspicious day, let the Mother inspire us to live a good life so that we may reach the goal with confidence, faith, and also live to the world a song of love and understanding. May good betide all, may happiness come to all, may all see the face of truth and be fortified by the armor of love, goodwill, and understanding. Sarve yatra sukhinas santu, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pasyantu, ma kaschid dukkha apnuvat. I commend you to the care of Divine Mother who has blessed me. May she bless you and lead you from darkness to light, from bondage to freedom, from death to immortality. Thank you.